Hello everyone, you're watching Cricket Next. I'm Suramya Kaushik. It's time for the big match, India versus Bangladesh in Pune. I won't take much of your time because we have with us Sahil Malhotra live from Pune. Sahil, a quick update I want from you on Mohammad Shami. Right now, what the reports are suggesting is that he's there in the final 12, but what is the right update?
I'll stick to what I have been reporting. The team management made it very clear yesterday that they are not looking at rotation at this stage of the tournament. And to be fair to them and what they said yesterday, bowling coach Paras Mahmood, it's too early to rotate in the tournament. And even if it comes at the cost of Shardul Thakur, but the report is suggesting Shardul hasn't really bowled in this tournament. And if he's going to be your third, fourth seamer, and you haven't bowled him much in the tournament yet, why just rob the opportunity from him? Let him play in this game because it's going to be a batting paradise any which way. The conditions are bright, sunny, absolutely clear. So for me, Shardul should be playing this game. But if Shami plays, good luck to him. But the management made it clear yesterday that they are not looking at rotation at this stage, and they don't want to, stall the momentum the team is in right now. And one more win, it will bring them at par with New Zealand, who are topping the table with 4 wins from 4 games. So I don't think there should be any changes on that front. But if Shami is there in the 12, if he's there in the 12, then they're probably looking at including him in the 11 after looking at the surface. So right before I stepped out for this show, Rohit Sharma, Rahul Dravid were inspecting the conditions there. They were having a long look at the strip. So probably they'll take that call closer to toss now, which is another 15 minutes from now.
Yes, we'll get to know the playing 11 in just a few minutes. But Sahil, tell us what's the update on Shakib Al Hassan because till last night it was unclear whether he will participate in this match or not. So, what's the recent update on him?
It will be clear at the toss. They haven't said anything yet. No word from the Bangladesh camp. Even Bangladesh media is as clueless as we are right now. It's a quadricep tear, minor quadricep tear. He did train a day before yesterday, but owing to the rain which happened in the evening yesterday, Bangladesh couldn't actually train near the square because the entire square was covered when that little spell of rain happened. So they covered the entire square as a precaution. So no Bangladesh player was there when the coach had a press conference last evening. And the coach too mentioned that they'll be taking that call very close to the toss because they don't really want to rule him out of the contest so early and want to give him every opportunity, just like India did with Shubman Gill for the Pakistan game. So they are happy to wait for now. And it will be clear in another 20 minutes on Shakib and Shami both what happens. Because both teams are out there near the square. The training has begun. They're warming up. And Shubman Gill has already begun his shadow practicing on the main square. And Virat Kohli was receiving throwdowns near the mid-wicket region. So we are nearly ready for the game now.
Well, Sahil, if we look at the records, Bangladesh have defeated India in the last three ODIs out of the four ODIs that they have played. Though the two were in bilateral series, one was in Asia Cup. Going by that records, what a team India really needs to do now, because they'll have to be cautious. We have already seen two upsets in this tournament so far, and if India will be complacent any time in this game, Bangladesh can turn the tables around.
Absolutely, they can. They haven't played a ODI in this part of the world since '98, if I'm not wrong. '98 was the last time Bangladesh played an ODI in India. They gave us a run for our money in the game of the Asia Cup, where the spinners kind of applied that choke on us. But this is a completely different Indian team right now. Mentally, skill-wise, they are very much sorted, and it's just that parts of the machinery have actually come together. I would say have peaked early. I would have liked them peaking towards the business end of the tournament. But now that they've tournament, we want to continue with this run. And on paper, they are on the side. And even Bangladesh, considering the last guys we played against them, so India still start as lead favorites now. And on strong Rohit Sharma.
Well, I guess there's some network issues from Sahil's side. I have with me Srinivas Rao, Amaya Pise, and Taos Rizvi. Welcome, gentlemen, to the show. Srini, first of all, I want to know from you what are your thoughts on Shami? Should he be playing today's match or not?
Should he be and would he be? There are two sides to the question. So
Yeah,
will he? No, he won't.
right.
He won't because Rohit will go with the same squad. He'll play Shardul. And
Mm.
okay. I mean, I understand where the captain's coming from. Why do you want to tinker with the 11, right? I mean, you're coming in red hot form.
Mhm.
Shardul or no Shardul, there were 30 potential wickets in the last three matches against Australia, Afghanistan and Pakistan. 3 matches, 30 wickets. India managed to pick what 27 or 28 of those wickets. So that augurs really well for this attack. And last two games, it's been Shardul over Shami and Ashwin. So I guess that's how it's going to be. Now this is a relatively small attack and out and out belter. So you really would want to like kind of make the most, and I doubt he's going to like kind of think anything beyond what Jasprit Bumrah is dishing out for him right now, and what Kuldeep Yadav
Yeah.
kind of seems to be doing. So again, that is the will he be part. Should he be? No, I don't think
Mm.
so. For
Okay.
I continue to stick to my logic that Shardul Thakur doesn't deserve a place in this 11. It should be Mohammad Shami. If it's slightly spinning, then you go with Ashwin, which you did in Chennai. And
Yeah.
whatever, if it's a helpless wicket, then you go with your best bowler. And what you're going to get today is going to be a relatively helpless wicket. A smaller ground, flat
Mm.
surface, as Sahil mentioned, lots of sunshine. Both the teams, like kind of, it'll be a belter of a track. And on a wicket like that, why wouldn't you go with your best bowler?
Yeah. We have Sahil back with us. Sahil, tell us the buzz there in Pune. How's the vibe? You always come up with some very interesting stories from stadium. What's happening out there?
No, ask me anything about the buzz because there is no buzz. I think this is a horribly placed stadium. It's in the middle of nowhere, yeah. It's not even Pune, it's not even Bombay. It took me 45 minutes to just get here today, and that too with a shuttle arranged by the MCA. So it's bang in the middle of nowhere, and for spectators to reach here, you either need to have your own vehicle or some arranged vehicle because there is no facility of a public transport in and around this venue. It's an absolute nightmare to get here, and I was not surprised that even like 30 minutes before the toss, the stadium wore kind of a completely deserted look. The stands were empty. Yes, they have a capacity of over 30,000, but I don't, expect that to be filling up till the time evening kind of sets in because it's very hot. There is no shade for spectators. There's no roof,
Mm.
nothing. It's a nightmare for fans, and it will take some doing to fill up this stadium. And I hope it does fill, but it will only happen in the evening hours. Right now, there is no buzz, and as you can see around me, I'm standing right outside gate number 5, where commentators and all the other people kind of have been entering and exiting from, but no buzz at all. And even the parking slots in the stadium, they are like located with dispensed hot air balloons where you have marked parking zones. So, matlab, ye, I don't know. I really like the old stadiums like Chennai. You have stadiums like Delhi and Bombay where there's so much connectivity and so much ease for spectators. But this
Yeah.
stadium, I don't know whose thought was it to kind of get a game here, but it's going to be a very difficult task filling the stadium for 5 games, and especially for the four games where India isn't actually playing here.
And
Sahil,
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 you
I want
saying that
to.
there is no buzz, it's something very huge because in all the last matches, I've always heard from you that Suramya, oh, packed stadium, it's full house. But you're saying that
So
it's
that
very
was
much
that was
deserted, which is
Delhi, that
something else.
was Delhi, that was Chennai, that was Ahmedabad, where you had metro, where you had autos, where you had cabs, Ola, Uber, everything
Yeah.
was working. यहाँ पे you need your own vehicle and a parking permit from the MCA. So not many can manage to pull those strings for an India game, no?
Yeah. Taos, go ahead. Yes.
One question, Sahil, if I can ask. Sahil,
Yes, bro,
Sahil,
pucho pucho.
yeah. So Suno, see, I've been like we have covered quite a few matches, bilateral India matches in Pune. So the stadium have been quite full. I mean, it's quite an interesting venue, kind of a short weekend के लिए. ये तो weekday है, Thursday को match है, गलत है. But ये हम trend देख रहे हैं. Have you had a chance to speak to the spectators? What is it like? Why are they not filling the stadium? Or maybe fans out there, कुछ reaction exactly तुमको कुछ मिला है कि यार क्या है एग्जैक्टली आप फुल नहीं कर पा रहे हो स्टेडियम.
मैं टपरी के पास खड़ा था आने से पहले, तो वहां पे सब लोग यही बोले कि बॉस यहाँ पे आना आफत है. So there have been like defined bus schedules for in and around the Mumbai Pune.
Oh, there's network
No,
issue. Srini, you were
Suramya,
saying
the
something
thing
else.
is, this is not just about in India bilateral, whether it's an IPL or whatever. Like I mean, for me, Pune is like been
Yeah.
a ground where hop, skip, and jump, and it's always been a mess. It's as Sahil said, he correctly mentioned, it's neither in Mumbai nor in Pune nor in between. It's oddly placed next to the highway. So the service lanes that lead to, so it's bang next to the Mumbai Pune highway, right? It's when you're entering
Mm,
Pune
yeah.
city from Mumbai. If you're traveling to Pune, when you're entering Pune city, it's bang next to the highway. So to get on the highway, to get to the service lane, and then to make your way to the ground is a nightmare. Sahil is right there. In fact,
Yeah.
I'll say this. Just yesterday, I was talking to him and I asked him, when is your flight out of Pune? He said, after the match is over, I'll be going to the airport. I said, make sure you leave 1 hour before whatever your own plan is. Because
Yes.
just getting out of the stadium. So he didn't understand what I was trying to tell him. I guess today when he'll call me, he'll be like, yeah, actually, you were right. I would say, there he's back. Ask me now. Like, kind of, it's a nightmare. And he's right. I mean, oddly placed. And that too on a Thursday afternoon, I'm a little surprised, actually, with
Amir,
this
No,
kind
you
of
are
schedule.
from Mumbai.
so
Especially considering
so
the fact that you have not given a match to Nagpur, you've not given a match to Mohali. And by the way, you've given an India versus Netherlands to Bangalore, and you oddly place an India versus Bangladesh in Pune. I really need to wrap my head around this.
Amir, you are from Mumbai. Sahil right now mentioned, he doesn't know who thought of this, putting this match in Pune. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I completely agree with what Srini said, what Sahil said, what Toss said. I mean, it's a stadium completely in the middle of nowhere, right? The only beauty about the stadium is you have a nice feel with the mountains in the backdrop and all of that. It doesn't have a shade other than the grandstand.
Yeah.
There are no shades for the spectators, so. To sit in the sweltering heat, I mean, I can see Sahil sweating as he speaks to us. So I can't imagine sitting in that heat for say the at least the first half of the match till it gets dark. Why would people come all the way in the middle of nowhere, sit in that heat, and watch a 50 over match? I mean, it just doesn't make sense. uh, Srini has a very valid point there. I mean, grounds like a Mohali could have got a match. What's the point of giving a India versus Bangladesh match in the middle of the week to a stadium like Pune, where accessibility is a problem, where people are not going to find it difficult to reach, and even if they reach there, they're going to be extremely uncomfortable during the first half of the match, at least sitting over there in the heat. So yeah, I mean, but having said all of this, well, we do have a match on hands. I mean, there is going to be a India versus
Yeah.
Bangladesh match in Pune. We'll have to wait and see how much of the stadium does fill up. As Sahil was saying, there doesn't seem to be a buzz. Hopefully, if India bats first, there could be some bit of crowd coming in. I'm hopeful, at least. I'm just being very optimistic about it. But we'll have to wait and watch. About the team selection, I again completely concur with what Srini said. Should have, would have, two different things. Maybe Rohit will not go
Hmm.
in with Shami, but Srini has a very valid point there. On a flat wicket like this, you need to go with your best bowler, right? I mean,
Yeah.
Shardul definitely doesn't deserve a space in the playing 11. Turning track, Ashwin, enough on a track like this, which is going to be a belter, you go with Shami. I mean, you go with your best bowler uh, who's done well. The
Yeah.
bilateral series against Australia just before the World Cup, he picked up a 5-wicket haul in one of the matches. Okay, the venue was different; it was at Mohali, not in Pune, but that doesn't matter. I mean, if he's somebody who has performed for you in the recent past, you would want to go with him rather than a Shardul, who I consider at least a bits and pieces cricketer, right? I mean,
Hmm.
if the logic of the team management is to get him to bat at number eight, I'm sorry. I mean, if your top seven can't score runs, I'm sure your number eight is not going to score a century. So, but go with your best bowler and get the opposing team out for as low as you can. That should be the thing. But yeah, I mean, like Srini said, I mean, I don't think Rohit would want to move around with a winning combination since they've won the first three matches, and hopefully will win the fourth match as well today.
Yes, Srini.
See, that's the thing. That's the thing. If your top seven are not getting
Exactly.
you the runs, how
Yeah.
exactly are you thinking your eighth is going to be a game changer? So what exactly? So am I looking at a Shardul Thakur coming here and giving me a 20 ball 50, 30 ball 70? No. And as I'm talking about my top six, top seven, which is in good form, which I've seen, right? And like, okay, Shubman looked in brilliant touch in the game that he come back. Rohit is in the form of his life. Virat and KL have centuries under their belt. Shreyas is looking like a guy who's going to stick to the middle. Shardul comes and wants to finish everybody else's quota of the match. So you're looking at like kind of guys who are in good form. Now you bring in a Shardul. Why? See, this is a psyche that Indian cricket, suffered for a longest time in the 90s, where you didn't have the appetite to go in with five bowlers. In the 90s, I remember it used to be news. The very fact that India is going into a game with five bowlers used to be breaking news. And it is part of how you're beginning to think. And in getting Shardul, how many overs did he bowl against Pakistan? Two or three? I'm not very sure.
Just two
On the
overs.
wicket.
Just two
There you
overs.
go.
2 overs. Yeah,
Yeah,
two
there you
overs.
go. Like, again, I mean, there was nothing for the bowlers there. You really didn't know what you want to do with Shardul. So I would rather that you get a guy like Shami, who's not going to use just, it's okay. Why is Siraj going for runs? One of the reasons why,
Hmm.
particularly in the game against Afghanistan, Siraj went for runs is, that pace begins to speak for him at some point in time, where he just keeps pounding the ball, right? You need a guy
Hmm.
with a bit of fluidity, and you look at the way Jasprit Bumrah has been using the new ball, right? You
Yeah.
need a guy with sense of fluidity who's going to know where to pitch it. What is the air like, what is the surrounding like. You need experience to speak here, and that is
Yeah.
Shami for you. And then if it has to be about a guy who has to use four balls to try and hit three sixes, he can do that also, no? He can
Right.
swing his bat around,
Srini,
throw his bat
I'll
around.
come back to you with
Yeah, yeah,
this
yeah, yeah.
discussion only. Sahil, there is a cyclone alert active neighboring Mumbai. Are we expecting any change in the weather? This network issue again. Okay, I mean, you tell me about the weather there in Mumbai, Pune, because there's a cyclone alert active.
See, I mean, I don't think we should take the alert too seriously. When the IMD says it's going to rain, we all know it never rains, right? If the IMD says it's going to be sweltering hot, we can be sure it's going to rain. So I don't think we should be worried about the cyclone alert. Pune at this time of the year is sweltering. I mean, most parts of Maharashtra to this time of the year are
Yeah.
sweltering, be it Mumbai, be it Pune. October is as bad as, say, the peak of summer, which is sometime around May. So
Yeah.
it's going to be very hot. I'm not surprised it's a flat track, because with that kind of a heat, I don't think there's going to be any kind of movement for the fast bowlers, or any kind of. Uh, I don't think it's going to be there's going to be any turn for the spinners as well.
Hmm.
That Pune track has never been a turner, right? I mean,
Yeah.
it's always been a very flat track, and I think that's what we should expect from this match as well. It's going to be a if India
Most
bat
likely.
first, I'm yeah, India bat first. I'm hoping it's at least a 350 plus score.
Okay, Sahil. Yes, I was just asking about the weather there because we were just discussing
I'll, I'll,
the
I'll, I'll
cyclone
you know,
alert.
I'll just quickly add about the weather bit. Why I went away from the show for like 4-5 minutes, because my phone overheated and it went like completely blank and it had to cool down. I had to dip it in
Okay.
water. He's got temperature normal ho, because it is that hot right now. And again, completely agree with Amya, because I don't live in this part of the world that very often. Like, just travel for games and stuff, but it has been really hot. But by the time evening sets in, what I've been observing since the last 2-3 days, even in Mumbai, last 2-3 days, what I've seen is a nice gentle breeze, and because it's a very open kind of setting with one just
Yeah.
grandstand near the pavilion end, so there's ample space for nice gentle breeze to blow across the ground. So evening hours will become very pleasant for both us spectators and the players too. So that is when I expect lots and lots of people to like come in bunches and watch the game. But before that, I think you need to have a lot of courage to sit in this sun and watch India and Bangladesh play.
Yeah. Well, let's appreciate all the fans who have come from various parts of the country. Especially, I believe there might be fans who might have come from Mumbai to watch this match. So let's appreciate
Some
their
from
efforts to
Bangladesh
come here
too. No,
into.
Bangladesh too. Bangladesh fans
Yeah,
too.
Bangladesh
Bangladesh
fans.
again, cricket crazy nation. No, a lot of traveling journalists from Bangladesh and a lot of fans from Bangladesh too. So they'll be there cheering for their side today, and they're hoping that Shakib plays, which we'll know in another 4-5 minutes from now whether he's playing or not.
Yes,
Because if he plays, then it's going to be a different contest altogether.
it'll
Sahil,
be fun then.
एक question और I want to ask. I mean, again, once again, I want to continue from where I asked in the last India game. I mean, is there a network disturbance.
Now he's saying that his phone's overheated. He's back. You
Tough,
can't
tough.
help it.
It's,
Tough.
network is
Yes.
also bad by the way because they are on the highway. It's terrible. I mean,
Yes.
weather देखिए, weather it's and it's surrounded by mountains, so it becomes heat because there is no shade. झाड़ भी नहीं यहाँ पर. There is there is green, but then around the stadium it's very difficult. It's a tough outing out there for anybody who
Yeah.
goes and watch that match. Yeah.
Sahil's back with us. So, Taus, you can shoot your question to him.
Yes, Taus bhai, pucho. Yes, yes, yes. Network is really bad.
Sahil,
Yes, yes.
yeah. So I mean, are Indian behaving like the Invincibles? I mean, back-to-back wins. यहाँ पर and most of the teams have lost their matches except New Zealand. India is the one that is dominating right now, and they are looking like one of the strongest side out there to go and win the tournament. क्या है माहौल? कुछ आपको कुछ उड़ती हुई खबर सुनाई दी? क्या चौड़े हो गए सीने? कॉलर्स अप हो गए हैं? बॉडी लैंग्वेज क्या है वहाँ की?
बिल्कुल रोहित वाले उसके अंदर बोलूंगा क्या रहा है ये सब नहीं होता रे कोई चौड़ा वौड़ा नहीं हो रहा तो वैसा ही वाइब है कोई चौड़ा वौड़ा नहीं हो रहा बट एज यू सेड आई वाज डिस्कसिंग विद श्रीनी a couple of days back like this team is kind of giving me those flashbacks of Australia under Steve Waugh in 99 and Australia under Ponting in 2003 the way they have been playing right now and this could well be the World Cup where we just go on to win the World Cup without even dropping a game the only thorn in our flowery tail this World Cup is going to be New Zealand because we need to be very wary of them and especially after how Afghanistan last night. They were 4 down for 120 odd, and after that, Tom Latham and Glenn Phillips doing what they did against the spin trio of Mohammad Nabi, Rashid Khan, and Mujibur Rahman. That was a quality attack in assisting conditions. But look what New Zealand did. So even New Zealand are a very complete side right now, and I'm just hoping that we don't meet them in the semis because they will be our thorn in the flesh. And Dharamshala will give us a clear picture कि boss वो trophy ITC नर्मदा में अगर इंडिया उठाएगा कि न्यूजीलैंड उठाएगा. That game will kind of set the tone for how this World Cup is going to be for us. But semis are there for the taking. Yeah. We just need a couple of more wins, and we have a game against Netherlands. Again, not underestimating them, but given how India are performing, and this game should be another walk in the park for them because everyone is clicking at the right time, and Bumrah has been the biggest positive. अगर आप बुमराह के 3 मैचेस के अंदर स्पेल देखोगे he has been dominating different periods of game with the new ball with the older ball with the scutters and everything and his accuracy at death is back to the prime days and Siraj again Srini was saying that थोड़ा दिमाग का प्रॉब्लम लग रहा है उसका बट इफ यू लुक एट द वे ही bowled against Pakistan I think he looked a much improved bowler from that Afghanistan game the way he got those couple of wickets with the oldish ball Siraj has always been your good new ball bowler and especially after he got that outswinger going but now with the old ball I think he has developed into a much improved bowler and I don't see any reason why he'll not go and do well in the remainder of the matches for India.
Well, let's just see what happens at the toss and then we'll continue our discussion about the playing 11 of both the sides. Thank you so much, Sahil, for joining with us, and we'll get back to you after the end of the first innings. Yeah, so here we were talking about, Shardul Thakur, Mohammad Shami, and a lot many other players as well. But now, if we look at India and Bangladesh, there have been some very memorable encounters between the two teams. You tell me, which one's your favorite?
I mean, the Nidahas Trophy, then the 2007 where we were knocked out. So you cannot take Bangladesh lightly right now, and the kind of form that we are in right now. Exactly. I mean, you cannot let it lose because when you talked about it being invincibles, yeah. So when we are being talked about being invincibles, we are here to dominate. तो यहाँ पर एक भी इंच आप नहीं दे सकते हो बांग्लादेश को क्योंकि अगर आपको वो इम्प्रेशन बनाना है तो यहाँ पर इम्प्रेशन का गेम भी हो गया इस वक्त टीम इंडिया के लिए एंड आई जस्ट वांट टू गो बैक थोड़ा शार्दुल ठाकुर के इशू पे suddenly I have developed liking for Vijay Shankar. I don't know why. Vijay Shankar looks more of a complete all-rounder when it comes to batting. Better batsman than Shardul Thakur and a better bowler, somebody who can be more effective and more dibbly-dobblies with his dibbly-dobblies. तो बहुत ज्यादा एरर यहाँ पर दिख रहा है. I mean, खास करके लास्ट मैच में जहां पर 2 ओवर दिया था शार्दुल ठाकुर को. I mean, where is the confidence are we talking about? Like, where is the captain's confidence? चाहे वो बैटिंग में हो या बॉलिंग में हो, शार्दुल ठाकुर, he's just wasting the play. I mean, if you look at the game against Pakistan, Mohammad Siraj, Initially, you were seeing him struggling, giving away those runs before he struck back and took those 2 wickets. I mean, यहाँ पर आपके पास
Hmm.
बैकअप ऑप्शन कहाँ पर है? यहाँ पर मोहम्मद शमी आएगा तो एक एटलीस्ट फेथ देगा, एक सेंस देगा कि एटलीस्ट यू हैव समबडी टू फॉल बैक अपॉन, राइट?
Hmm.
तो यहाँ पर मोहम्मद सिराज का भी आप कंसिडर करिए कि ही इज नॉट लुकिंग दैट कन्विंसिंग एक्सेप्ट दोज 2 wickets, दोज 2 deliveries. He had given away those runs. But when it comes to Shardul Thakur, you don't have that faith. I mean, giving away those 2 overs, that's it. तो वेर इज द फेथ? यहाँ पर कैप्टन के ऊपर फेथ नहीं है, कैप्टन के पास फेथ नहीं है शार्दुल को, तो हमको कैसे होगा?
Ah,
So that is
right.
where you bring in Mohammad Shami. That is where you know, to fill that gap when Mohammad Siraj leaks those runs, or maybe if Jasprit Bumrah has a bad day.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah. So,
that is where I'm concerned about.
Actually, I'm also quite interested in knowing what Team India is thinking right now. Amya, in the last match against Pakistan, Rohit Sharma gave Shardul Thakur just 2 overs. What's the point? You can bring in Shami. You can bring a bowler who has the capability to bowl all 10 overs. So, what is this mindset all about?
No, I think what Srini said here, I think applies. This is the whole mindset of we are going back to the 90s, where effectively you are having that extra batsman around. If you consider Shardul Thakur a batsman, that is. But
Hmm.
this whole thing of if your top seven fail, then you have a backup option. But Shami can swing the bat and hit those couple of boundaries as good as Shardul, and we've seen that in the
Yeah.
past, right? I mean, Shami isn't a complete muck with the bat. I mean, he can. He's got a test 50 at Lords. I think he's got multiple test 50s as a matter of fact. He's
Yes.
not somebody who's a complete mark with the bat. He can get you those 10, 12 extra runs by just swinging the bat towards the end of the innings. And which is what Shardul brings to the table as well. The only standout performance of Shardul that I remember was when India played Australia in Australia the last time around, and he and Washington Sundar saved the test match for India. But that was a test match, right? I mean, ODI cricket, I don't remember a single performance from Shardul Thakur where he has batted out of his skin and saved the team
Yeah.
per se.
Yeah.
So, but I think that's the logic that the team management seems to be applying. That you have
Hmm.
that additional cover of a number eight batsman. I think that insecurity also comes from the fact that if you look at most other top teams, be it New Zealand or a South Africa or Australia, they have batting depth which is far more than what the Indian team has, right? And I think that's where the
Yeah.
whole logic of having Shardul at number eight, but it just doesn't make sense. I mean, Shardul doesn't add
Hmm.
any value to your team. He doesn't get you. He doesn't get you those. Even in those 2 overs that he bowls, if he picks up a crucial wicket, you could still justify it by saying that say Shardul Thakur picked up a wicket in those 2 overs that he bowled. But
Yeah.
that's not happening either. I mean,
Exactly.
he's being hit for boundaries, right? And batting, you have a very very strong top seven. All of them, with the exception of maybe Jadeja, the rest six are in really good form, and there's no reason for you to have him at number eight at all.
And Amya, in that case, if Shardul Thakur has to come and bat and has to save the team, it means that the top order has completely failed in that given match.
Absolutely,
So it doesn't even
absolutely,
make sense in that kind of a scenario. Shini, so
absolutely.
it means that Team India is going ahead in these matches with some sort of a gamble, right, by playing Shardul Thakur in their 11. Shini, you're on mute.
Yeah, sorry. No, I
Also,
mean,
before
see,
Shrini, you speak on that, let me give an important update here that Shakib Al
Shakib
Hassan
is
is
out.
not playing this. Yes,
Shakib
he's
is
not
out.
playing
Yeah.
this match. He's out, and Shanto is leading the team. Yes, Shrini.
That's a big setback. Big setback. As it
Yeah.
is, you're looking at a squad that's lacking in experience, and this guy going out, kind of. So yeah, coming back to Charlotte, see, it's always a fascination to the idea of an all rounder is always fascinating. But is it converting into anything that I doubt? See, if all rounders were really going to make a difference in a tournament like this, where conditions are, nothing is static, right? From a Chennai to a Delhi, everything is changing. Nothing is the same.
Hmm.
And
Right.
Australia is carrying four great all rounders. Now, where are they in this tournament? I mean,
Correct.
Mitch Marsh,
Right.
Stoinis, Maxwell, Cameron Green. So they are, in fact, they have a problem of plenty where all rounders are concerned. So it's a mindset thing. And with Rohit, he understands Shardul. He understands how Shardul's mind works. Both have suffered the journey of local trains together. So so he understands maybe how Shardul thinks, what Shardul's mindset is. Barring that, as I said, there's no rocket science. I mean, unless there is something that Rohit sees that nobody else can see, then I don't know. But other than that, it doesn't make it bad. The thing is, maybe you have an idea in mind. Maybe you're sure that you can pull it off. Maybe I'm just saying from, let's say Bangladesh has opted to bat
Have
first.
won the toss. Yes, they have won the toss
Yeah,
and
yeah,
have
they've won the
opted to bat
toss.
first.
Yeah, so maybe let's say Rohit has a plan which he intends to pull off, and therefore has Shardul in his mind. Even if that, let's say, even if that wasn't going to work, the rest of the remaining 10 in this lineup are going so strong at the moment that one experiment from Rohit, even if it were to go awry, is not going to hurt India right now.
Hmm.
Correct.
That is the
And
That,
reason why
that's
you're
this,
getting
this
away with
that,
it. You know. So, for example, I'll just leave this. For example,
sorry, I think Srini's
in
got
Ahmedabad,
there's some
for
network issue.
example, in
But
Ahmedabad,
just to add on to Srini's points,
we can hear him. I mean, I believe there's some network
yeah, yeah,
issue
he's
from your
back. He's
side.
back.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Sorry.
So, for example, in Ahmedabad, that Babar versus Rizwan partnership, unfortunately, didn't go through. Just imagine there would have been another 70, 80 runs on board. They would have led probably going strong. You would
Hmm.
have needed one extra hand to be with Bumrah and Kuldeep, because those are the two guys, like, who were coming good, who were naturally coming good for you. So you would have wanted that
Yeah.
one, because you knew you had a batting lineup to chase 250, 300 on that track, right?
Yeah.
So I'm just saying that, that's an option that Rohit at some point. What are you going to do again? I'm saying Shardul Thakur. What are you going to do against New Zealand in Dharamshala? Are you going to play Shardul? I really want to wait and
Yeah.
watch. Although
That's a
I'm
big
really,
question.
of all the places in this country that you could think of playing New Zealand, you went and chose that one venue which is at an altitude which supports them, which has weather which supports them. So God bless you then. I really want to know what kind of 11 you're going to go out there with. So in a game like versus Bangladesh, especially now with Shakib out, how does it matter whether you play with an extra or a bat extra? The 10 are good enough to pull it off.
Yeah. And we saw how Matt Henry bowled yesterday. Amya, we were here only. We were just talking about, what this New Zealand team can do. And they did what they are best at. And Afghanistan had no answers to what New
Absolutely.
Zealand bowlers were doing.
Absolutely.
So,
I think Srini, the answer to your question, I think, is that they want New Zealand to win the group stages match so that they can give them some confidence and then win the semi-final when they meet them again in the semi-final.
I think
So
New Zealand is more difficult.
and
You'd rather run
and
into
there we
England in the
go.
semi-finals.
And there we go. There's no change in India's playing 11.
there's no change. Yeah, they're
Yesterday,
playing with the same
Sahil
11.
Malhotra reported the same. He said that Shami won't be there in the playing 11, and there it is. Shami is not playing in today's match. It's
Also
going to
this
be
would have been
Bumrah's run.
this would have been the ideal match to make a change, because after this you play the three big
Hmm.
teams, which is New Zealand,
Yeah.
South Africa, and England, right? I mean, Netherlands is the last match, but then those three matches before that are going to be very, very crucial. Where you're playing three top teams. I'm not discounting Sri Lanka. They are playing Sri Lanka in between as well, but I think Sri Lanka will be more or less easy win for India. But it's going to be the New Zealand, England, and South Africa matches which are going to be very
Hmm.
crucial. So
Hmm.
this was a golden opportunity for the Indian team to kind of test out and give Shami some game time, which would have then helped him play against one of those top sides. But well, I mean, uh, clearly we've gone with an unchanged side, so
Yeah.
we'll have to now we'll have to now see what Shardul does.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, I was just thinking that perhaps a team India might have thought, let's give Shardul Thakur one more chance and see what he does in today's match, and then we can change the playing 11 in the next match against New Zealand in Dharamshala. Taos, what do you think?
Exactly. Maybe the logic might have been like they're saving Mohammad Shami for the best of the next few games, and Shardul one could be this could be his one last chance. I don't. I mean, it's not making sense at all, yeah. What is he doing here in the squad, in the playing 11? In fact, in the squad, yeah, forget playing 11. I mean, this was the right opportunity. Amay said exactly what it had to be said. This was the right opportunity to go with Shami, at least to get into the groove, because suddenly you're playing Mohammad Shami, despite having all that experience, he knows how to get the ball swing in those conditions. Dharamshala,
Yeah.
suddenly, if he's given an opportunity, he doesn't need that rhythm or the momentum. But see, momentum is something that is required for a bowler, for a batsman, because you know that you're assured of a place that okay, I'm going to play the next game. So Dharamshala is going to be one, and this is the perfect chance because see, even this game, we are playing in an open ground and open space where there is mountain, where there will be too much breeze, and then there will be swing as well for the seamers. They're going to enjoy a lot. So, Shardul might get some swing out of this ground, some kind of some relief, because they have been playing in the packed stadium in the city where there is not much for the bowlers, but then this is
Yeah.
an open space where
Again.
there is an opportunity for Shardul to come and do something extraordinary, which he's not been doing over the time. So yeah, so I think this was something expected. So, Sahil himself has said he stuck to his guns, saying that although Shami might have been coming as the 12th man, but the playing 11 will remain the same. So Sahil, I mean, it goes with Sahil exactly what he knows the best. कि 11 exactly जो खिलाया उन्होंने, and we have continued with it. But it doesn't make sense at all. It doesn't make sense right now for me. When it comes to
Yeah,
Shardul
and
Thakur.
yeah, and on that note, I would like to inform all the viewers who are watching our show right now that it was Sahil yesterday who clearly mentioned that India will be playing the same 11 for this match as well, and rightly so because there's been no change in the playing 11 in this match. Srini, yes, you were talking about Shardul's inclusion in the team, and Ami also talked about that Team India is just going ahead with all the plans that they might have made before the tournament or before the previous matches. And Rohit Sharma also said that he doesn't want to tinker with his playing 11. He said that we are going well in this tournament and we will go with this team only.
Yeah, I
Srini.
mean, okay, before I come to this, Taos was talking about swing. क्या स्विंग पेस ही नहीं है 125 पे अब क्या स्विंग what swing are you going to like kind of threaten the I mean it's your good luck that you are running into a depleted Bangladesh squad on a surface like this. I really want to see running into Klassen, Heinrich Klassen and bloody Quinton de Kock and all of those guys. Yeah, I want to
Yeah.
know what swing are you going to go in with 130. They'll whack you on that highway, man, on that Pune Mumbai highway. Yeah, like are you like एक तो as it is these guys are suffering with the whole two new ball they really don't understand the concept of spacing out a 50 over bowling attack. I mean the amount of cricket that is played across 50 overs for an attack to understand like we हमको समझ all you look at a general average cricketer's mindset today. By 19th or 20th over you're looking at curbing runs and like kind of that is the appetite, right? So the appetite for the remaining 30 overs is actually kind of digressing. And in that, if you don't really have a full-fledged in-form attack, to sustain 50 overs of bowling is not an easy job. I think our minds, our memories are too short-term. We have literally moved on from the game, from the 50-over format, at such a fast pace that we forget that 10 years ago, 20 years ago, what were the kind of attacks that were needed to sustain 50
Uh,
overs.
right.
You had a Shane at the end of the day. It doesn't matter what attack Australia went with. You had a Shane Warne to like kind of come and stand there, or you had a mix of great guys, and a full-fledged attack is what was needed. A four-baller theory would not work. That's why I was talking about it in India's standpoint. So, with Shardul Thakur bowling at 125, ordinary cricket, not going to work. I'm sorry. And coming back to, sorry, you were asking about what today's thing, right?
You know,
What was
somewhere we
your.
have to
Yeah.
listen to Mumbai
Rohit
sir,
Sharma.
yeah. Somewhere, some saying.
Nee, nee,
Everyone's
nee.
listening to the
वैसे भी
Mumbaikars.
I
If you
am.
see,
No wonder, on Twitter, I face this term called Mumbai lobby. Mumbai lobby say, oh, Mumbai lobby, Mumbai lobby. I used to think, क्या Mumbai lobby? Now, if you go and do this, तो obviously वो गाली मारेंगे ना Mumbai lobby, and they're right. Why will they not give galis?
and
Ah, sorry,
they,
you were saying, Swami.
Shini, I'm thinking that in just a while we might even get comments in our comment section that even our panel here belongs from Mumbai. It's all Mumbai
Mumbai, सब
panel
Mumbai के,
today.
हाँ.
Sub Mumbai
Yeah.
ke. So from captain to our panelists, all are from Mumbai. But yes, I was talking about Shardul Thakur and I was also talking about what Rohit Sharma said, after the toss. He said that we are going good in this way, that like we are going good with our chasing strategy. So I would have opted to bowl first in this match anyway. So it's a win-win situation for him as well.
Rohit, so the guy, so India is looking very good batting second. Where I got that confidence, not from Afghanistan, not from Pakistan, but the how cool they were at 2 for 3. When they crawled their way back into the game against Australia, and then won it with in such emphatic fashion. That speaks a thing or two about the squad and how they are batting at this point in time. Okay, batting and bowling, of course. When, as I said earlier in this conversation, start of this conversation, 28 out of 30 wickets have been taken. That augurs well from a bowling standpoint. And as far as batting is concerned, well, until KL Rahul and Hardik Pandya, this top order is looking fantastic. And if we are talking about this team being to win the World Cup, which again and again everybody is beginning to say now, it is because these top five, top six are in such brilliant form. That is the reason.
Hmm.
So under the
Right.
lights, I was just telling somebody the other day, like, that first Rohit Sharma pull shot against Pakistan, first one, he hit a couple of others. There was
Yeah.
another one that he hit in the same area, but he lifted the ball. The first one, which was an actual pull, and it like ballooned right into the stands. Oh my goodness. I don't remember the last time Rohit
Yeah.
clinically pulling off a beauty like that one. I like,
Yeah.
if for all Rohit fans, who adore watching Rohit Sharma bat, and, or those who ask questions about what is it that Rohit Sharma brings to the table, keep going back to that shot, keep watching it again and again and again. And that is the kind of form, that is the kind of touch that he was in. I was in fact talking to a former India cricketer after the game got over. We were generally like, it was a friendly conversation, so I really can't share details. But that guy was saying, there are a lot of good batsmen who bat, but when Rohit bats in that kind of time, that kind of this thing, you just want to sit back and watch. You just want to sit back and watch. And my memory goes back to 2006, 2007. Who's this young boy? How can he
Yeah.
bat like this? To 2011, wow, man, like what a batsman like this ends up with, missing a World Cup. To 2013, finally this guy is back. Yeah, there you go, wins the Champions Trophy. From there to, like, over the years, establishes himself as one of the premier one-day batsmen openers in the world. 2019 kind of opens up, shows us
2019
what
was
he's capable
phenomenal.
of. And this is a
Yeah.
rounding up and karma, whatever the words. And I've known Rohit for a very long time now. I'm so happy for him. I'm so happy that, life is coming into such a beautiful circle for him. God bless him. I mean, I really hope something good happens here.
Yeah, and we all are expecting a good show from Rohit Sharma in today's match as well. Amir, let's have a quick look at Bangladesh playing 11 as well, because I feel they have a lot of problems to deal with. Their fast bowlers
Yeah.
aren't working. Litton Das, he performed in only one match. That was also against England in Dharamshala. He made some 50 odd runs, but weren't enough for the team to win that match. Bangladesh are coming after suffering from back-to-back defeats. A lot of problems to address. Today, Shakib Al Hassan is also not there in the team. What will happen this match? Because it doesn't
Yeah, yeah.
seem that
So,
this team is on the right track.
yeah, absolutely. And missing out, Shakib missing out is a massive blow. I mean, he's their star player, right? He's the player around who the entire team revolves. So he's their captain as well. I mean, so Shakib missing out is a big deal. I mean, him not being around is going to be a really big blow. Not just a big blow in terms of how they perform, it's also a psychological big blow for the team, right? Your captain having to sit out of a game
Yeah.
is a big deal. Uh, but there are a couple of players who I think the Indian bowlers will have to watch out for.
Okay.
Uh, Mehdi Hassan Miraj specifically, he's
Hmm.
done well against India. He's performed consistently well against India. I think he scored
Yes.
a century as well against India in ODIs, right? In fact, if you look at his stats, I think the only two teams where he has a 50 plus average in ODIs, one is Afghanistan and one is India. So
Yes.
if you discount Afghanistan and consider that among the big teams, it's only India against who he has consistently performed. So I think that's one player
Yes.
the Indian bowlers need to watch out for. He bats at number three, so if there's an early wicket, he'll also have that time to kind of build an innings, right? So uh,
Yeah.
that's one guy the Indian bowlers will really need to watch out for. The other guy is Mahmudullah. He comes way down the order. I think he definitely deserves to come at number
True.
four or number five. He bats at number
You're right.
six, sometimes even number seven for Bangladesh. But then, given his experience and the amount of cricket, international cricket that he's played, he's another guy who I think the Indian bowlers will definitely need to watch out for. As per Bangladesh's bowling, I really don't see anybody kind of troubling this Indian batting lineup.
Hmm. Hmm.
Rohit in the kind of form that he is, Virat is in good form. Gill, while he got out cheaply against Pakistan, those two cover drives that he hit off Hassan Ali, uh, I mean, it's just you have to see to believe that kind of cricket shots
Yeah.
being played, right? So,
Yeah.
so I think Rahul, of course, is in great form. So this batting lineup, the Indian batting lineup, I don't think they're going to be troubled at all by this Bangladesh bowling lineup. It's the Bangladesh batsmen who could possibly, trouble the Indian bowlers. And these two guys specifically, Mehdi Hassan
Yeah.
and Mahmudullah. That's my
Amna,
take on it.
I'll also add one another name. You talked about the two batters, but also Mushfiqur Rahim. If we see the three matches that Bangladesh team has played so far, it has been Mushfiqur who has made a lot of runs. And also, if you see Bangladesh team over the years, in past years, it has always been Mushfiqur Rahim and Shakib Al Hassan's
Correct.
duty to save the team. Today, Shakib is not there, so a lot will depend on Mushfiqur's performance. But in all these cases, I believe there is one big problem. The problem is that their young batters aren't taking the responsibility. You see Litton Das, such a big name. When he came into the squad, he was a big name, right? But now he's playing here in the World Cup matches, just one performance, that too against England in Dharamshala, where it was a batting pitch. You were there to bat well. It was unfortunate for the team that nobody else batted better than him in that match. But apart from that, he hasn't played well.
See, Bangladesh batsmen, they are full of talent, they are full of potential, full of, but they haven't able to achieve, they haven't able to live up to the talent and the potential and the name. And whenever they come before India, before come meeting India, they are always big name. And suddenly when they meet India, this become, with due respect to the team, they don't perform up to the mark. I am very disappointed with Bangladesh, the kind of support they have, the kind of talent they have. I mean, Tamim Iqbal would have been here. He would have only boosted the side here. There is so much controversy in their own team as well. BCB, Tamim Iqbal,
Yeah,
such a strong player with such an experience, he would have added value to the team. I mean, I'm not leaving out these Litin Das and the other guys, Najmul Hasan Shantu. I mean, they are good players. But when you have a strong top order, when you have an experienced top order, it helps a lot. And I'm not expecting too much from this Bangladesh side because I'm sure they won't live up to their potential, the kind of talent they have, the kind of ability they have. I mean, when it comes to India, you need to put up that 100%. When it comes to playing India, you need to put more than 100%, 200%. Look at the bowling side. Look at the Mustafizur Rahman. I mean, such a talented player, somebody who knows how to, play in these kind of conditions. Having played in IPL, then Shariful Islam is such a beautiful bowler, tall guy. I mean, I'm seeing a good bowling lineup in Bangladesh after a long time. They can be effective. The Taskin Ahmad, he's got the pace, he's got the ability. I mean, it's an all-round side, barring Shakib Hassan, who's not there in this game. It's a beautiful side. It's a well-balanced side, but they haven't converted their side into performances. Into performance. I mean, if you look at Mushfiqur Rahman, he's living up to the responsibility. He may not be the captain, but then he's the senior guy who's taking all the responsibility. He has to do much more than what he's doing right now. He has to, I mean, because they are losing the wickets in the top order, he has to come and get into the three figure marks instead of 50s and the 40s. Exactly, you
Yeah,
know what I'm trying to say. So this
right.
बांग्लादेश टीम उनके पास बहुत ज्यादा पोटेंशियल है, उनके पास एबिलिटी है, बट यहाँ पर जो डिलीवर करना आना चाहिए बड़े लेवल पे, दे हैवंट बीन डूइंग मच। आई मीन वो 2007 के बाद फिर लास्ट एक एशिया कप में आपने देखा, दे हैव डिफीटेड इंडिया इन द एशिया कप, although
Yeah,
we did not take the game very seriously because we knew we were in the finals.
it was a
But
dead
then
rubber. Yeah,
they can take some kind of confidence from there, put up a good show. I'm not saying that India should lose away. We want to see a good match. We want to see a match where there is कांटे की टक्कर, and क्या ability है बांग्लादेश में, क्या दे सकती है, वो important रहेगा. And I wanted India to play a bat in this game, यार. I'm bored of watching them chasing the back-to-back games, winning those matches. I want them to score 300, 400. So I wish we won the toss and elected to bat, but then toss is not in our hands. This Bangladesh
but
team,
Rohit Sharma is
they
happy.
have the
Rohit is anyway happy, Taus. So you would have loved to see Indian batters coming out first, but Rohit didn't want that. He's quite happy by this decision of Bangladesh side as well. So I believe if he is happy, I feel that we would love to see a good performance from the Indian side. And Amir, you asked out a question there, right? Why Tuskin is not playing? Perhaps that he
Yeah.
didn't play well. He went wicketless in the last match, so they did this change. And it is always the case with Bangladesh team. They make so unnecessary changes in crucial matches,
Absolutely.
and those kind of decisions come against them in tough matches. Well, we
You
also
know,
have Chetan Rasula with
Tuskin
us.
Tuskin has been
Yeah.
the top wicket taker, if I'm not mistaken, for Bangladesh in 2023 in ODIs. So to drop him for a
Yes,
big match like this is, I mean, it's baffling.
it is. It is. What I am thinking right now is that he went wicketless in the last match. He hasn't bowled really well in the other matches as well. So they must have thought, okay, let's give a chance to Hassan in this match and bench Tuskin. But who knows? Only Bangladesh team would know at this point of time. Srini, the other day I was talking to a few of Bangladeshi journalists, and they were saying that this team has a lot of problems. Bangladesh side, they have a lot of internal problems, they have a lot of controversies, and they haven't come to this tournament as one team. They have internal issues, and that's why all those issues are coming up on the field and they are not winning the matches. How important, these we have with us Chetan,
Get
can you
Chetan
hear us?
first.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some issue. There's a lot of network issue here. Yeah,
Chetan, can you hear us?
yeah.
There's a lot of echo from his side. I would request Chetan to join back this live. Yeah. Till then, yes, Srini. What do you think of this Bangladesh side?
Well, I mean, so is Tuskin fully fit and not playing?
There's
I
no
don't know. I mean,
update on that, whether he is fit or unfit. It's just that Hassan Mahmood has been put in place of Tuskin for this match.
how exactly are you going to justify anybody if, like, unless there is something, unless there is some niggle or something that he's not playing for? I don't know. I mean, I tried to look on Twitter. There seems to, I couldn't get any update on Taskin. So
Even I
they've
was
dropped
looking
a
at
half fit.
the other updates. Yeah, there is no update.
So a half fit Shakib is sitting, a fully fit Taskin is sitting. And then again, you're looking at, like, I see. I don't know who, whether it was Amme or Taus, who was talking about the young Bangladeshi batters. Talent, very, very, very good guys. A Shanto or a Liton, like, kind of good guys who can punch above their weight. On this day, on a track like this, against a team they are walking in. Who said कांटे की टक्कर? सिर्फ कांटे हैं, कोई टक्कर नहीं.
Taus.
You know, yeah, there is no takkar. There is no takkar. I remember I was part of a discussion on CNN for India versus
Expect from
Pakistan, where
expect from
Mohammad Yusuf,
Pakistan.
Mushtaq Ahmed, Mohammad Yusuf, and other couple of guys were there, and they were talking about India और पाकिस्तान की टक्कर, कांटे की टक्कर. मैंने कहा कोई कांटे की टक्कर नहीं है, कोई कांटे की टक्कर नहीं है. ऑन पेपर, ऑन द फील्ड, ऑफ द फील्ड, कोई टक्कर नहीं है. यू टॉकिंग अबाउट सो एनी टीम, okay, any team, it's a classic way to look at it. Any team where you see is struggling to put a 15 in place, okay, I'm talking, not about 11. Any team that lacks a bench, a decent bench, is not coming into a World Cup prepared from any direction. Okay, the hallmark of a good team. Look at England. Look at England. They are packed. Like, where at a time when India is saying, "Can we have a batter at 8?" They can bat till 10. You know. Look at Pakistan. The kind of batters, in the absence of, they lost a great bowler. With the kind of restricted bowling attack that they've come up with, lack of good spinners, and look at the top batting order. They don't have any space to wriggle. So no bench, and it shows on the field when you walk out with the 11. Whereas in the case of in India, it didn't trouble us one bit. It didn't rankle us one bit when we realized that Shubman Gill is not well and is not going to play. We were pretty comfortable with the idea that, ha, theek hai, there is Ishan, na?
Yeah,
At the end of the day, God forbid, and I hope, like, I'm just saying the example, between Shreyas and KL, if somebody were to be unwell on a given day, you're not going to be like losing sleep, because there's a Surya Kumar Yadav waiting to walk in, right? So you're not losing
yeah,
sleep. So any good team is known by, what is the 15 that they're traveling with. Now, when I'm looking at this Bangladesh squad, I don't see a 15. There, he's come back.
yes. Chetan, can you hear us? Hello, Chetan. There are some network issues over there.
You should
Chetan,
ask Chetan
am
to.
I audible to you? Hello, Chetan.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, Chetan. Chetan, Bangladesh have
Seems
won the toss and
seems
they
there's
have.
some issue in connectivity today. Not sure.
Hmm. No, it's
Yeah.
understandable. He's on the outskirts of the stadium on
Is
the
it
highway.
is it better? Can you hear me? Am I audible?
Oh, yeah,
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 yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yes, yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
What?
Finally, yeah.
Yeah. What do you have to say about Bangladesh's decision on this pitch against India?
No, I think it's the right decision. There's only one way they can actually beat uh, India is put 300 runs, 320 runs on the board, and then maybe get the Indian top order early, put Indian batsmen under pressure. That's the only way. उसके अलावा कोई option नहीं है. It's going to be a really good batting surface. Spinners इस पे इतना हमें नहीं दिखाई देंगे. The Indian management brought out a wicket really well, which will not have a lot of spin in it. So yeah, I think Bangladesh's best chance is to put 300, but I don't see how they will put 300. they've struggled with their batting. उनका top order थोड़ा weak रहा है. Shakib आज खेल नहीं रहे हैं. I was being
Yes.
told that Shakib will play even if he's 90%. So that's a bit of a surprise for me. But I guess he's looking at the rest of the tournament and not putting himself at risk. But yeah, good decision from Bangladesh. The right decision from Bangladesh. Whether they can execute it or not, ये देखना पड़ेगा.
And there is no change in India's playing 11. What do you have to say about it? There is a lot of buzz around Mohammad Shami and Shardul Thakur in this team. What do you have to say about this decision going ahead with the same playing 11 for this match?
Not surprising at all. There was no reason for India to change really. कोई reason था नहीं कि हम change करें टीम को. मैच शुरू होने से पहले मोहम्मद शमी को टॉप 12 में लेकर आया गया है. फर्स्ट 12 में जगह दी गई है. तो पिछले मैच में अश्विन थे 12 में, इस मैच में शमी थे 12 में. तो उससे ये पता चलता है कि यहाँ पे आज दे वर गोइंग टू प्ले अ पेस डोमिनेंट अटैक. अगर लास्ट मोमेंट पे कोई बॉलर इंजर हो भी जाता या वार्म अप के टाइम पे या प्री मैच पे कुछ भी हो सकते हैं इश्यूज, तो भी दे वर गोइंग टू इंक्लूड शमी, दे वर नॉट गोइंग टू इंक्लूड अश्विन. ये बताता है लॉट ऑफ ट्रैफिक है, सॉरी. ये बताता है कि इंडिया इज प्लेइंग ऑन अ पिच व्हिच इज नॉट स्पिनर फ्रेंडली टुडे. आज यही बताता है. और आई थिंक there were never any doubts कि they will change the lineup. It's not as if Shami was going to come in for Siraj. I think the only toss-up was Shardul or Shami. Or there was no reason really to change. बाकी I think it's going to be एक और चीज भी है कि शार्दुल को आपको एक प्रॉपर गेम देना पड़ेगा. आई थिंक पिछले मैच में उनको ज्यादा ओवर मिले नहीं. वो पिच थोड़ा अप एंड डाउन था, थोड़ा स्लो हो गया.
Shri is right. Proper
yeah, I mean,
game
as
में
in,
proper
that's what I
overs
mean.
देने पड़ेंगे.
No, I know. That's what I was explaining. कि पिछले मैच में उनको 3 ओवर दिए गए. उन 3 ओवर में उन्होंने कंट्रोल नहीं दिया टीम को. He was not able to provide that control कि उनको और ओवर दिए जाते. उस टाइम पे बाबर और रिजवान की पार्टनरशिप अच्छी चल रही थी. और उसके बाद वी नो व्हाट हैपेंड. कुलदीप एंड बुमराह रैन थ्रू देयर साइड. उस टाइम पे आप शार्दुल को ओवर नहीं दोगे. So that's what I meant. कि proper opportunity. He's playing a game today, so give him. I think he will get overs today. I don't think it's going to turn a lot. I think जडेजा, कुलदीप और शार्दुल को मिलके 20 ओवर करने पड़ेंगे आज. I don't see spinners bowling 10 overs today.
Well, let's see what will happen now because the match has begun and अब सबसे बड़ा सवाल तो यहाँ पर यही होता है शार्दुल को कितने ओवर्स मिलेंगे. Exactly what Shrini mentioned a while back here. तो ये आज सबसे बड़ा क्वेश्चन रहेगा फर्स्ट इनिंग्स में and then I'll catch up with you all at the end of the first innings because then we'll get to know about Shardul Thakur and the other bowlers. Thank you so much, gentlemen, for joining with me in this live session. Enjoy the match and have fun.